Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we'll be taking a look into the past several years at the best games of this decade. There's been so many amazing games and I won't be able to talk about all of them here unfortunately, but I will talk about the games that stuck with me throughout the years. Also, it's important to note that this video will be very subjective and we might have different opinions and views on certain games, and that's okay. We will have a lot of different opinions. Also, there's a ton of games throughout the years and it's only 5 slots we're doing today. So it wasn't easy and there's a lot of great games out there that are not on this list. If you enjoy this video, feel free to subscribe for more content like this. Without further ado, let's get right into the best 5 games of the decade, in my opinion. This one was a tough one to place on the list with all of these different games, but I can't help it. I really love this game, and it's a game I like revisiting from time to time. The graphics still hold up, and the exploration between all the different islands is just too good. I love going from island to island and seeing what each one has to offer. It reminds me of one of my favorite Zelda games, Wind Waker, just exploring through all the different islands. It took me all the way back to Wind Waker, but just in a newer and different world. There's so many different secrets to discover. The ship combat is actually fun, and I'm not usually interested in anything outside of hand-to-hand combat, but the fact that you can go into a ship battle and take over the ship to plunder, it is something I never got tired of. Also, the main character, Edward Kenway, is fun and is an interesting character that we don't get in Assassin's Creed anymore. Out of all the Assassin's Creed games, this is by far the best one in my opinion. And if you haven't tried it out, I implore you to give it a chance. I didn't expect this game to be this good. The relationship between Kratos and his son feels so real, and in that aspect, it reminds me of Last of Us, which had amazing writing. The character development that both Atreus and Kratos had was realistic and felt natural. The side characters you meet along the way are also well thought out and tie into the story very well. It's not a completely open world, but it wasn't a fully linear one either. You can explore off the beaten path and get some cool and unique items. The different lands you travel through are varied and breathtaking, each with different elements and enemies that are unique to that realm. The combat in particular is incredibly satisfying and much more in depth than I ever thought it would be, especially coming off of the heels of the older God of Wars. There's 3 different weapons in your arsenal, plus you can partially control Atreus with one button and have him shoot enemies out in the distance. Overall, this is a must play for PlayStation owners, and it's one of the best PS4 exclusives on the system. This came out so long ago that I forgot it came out in this decade. Easily one of Bethesda's best games they have ever made. And this was the time that Bethesda was actually one of the most positive video game companies in the industry. They were much loved, even if their games were a bit buggy, which is a huge difference of how the mass majority of people view Bethesda now. However, there's a reason Skyrim has been ported over to basically every console known to man. Even the Alexa has Skyrim now. You start out as a prisoner who has been sentenced to death when all of a sudden there is a huge dragon that comes and destroys the town you're in. In all the chaos, you escape, and from then on, you can embark anywhere you want to go. The sense in scale and wonder was truly amazing for the first time, and what guilds you could be a part of were interesting and came with their own set of stories you can play through. The amount of content in this game is astounding, and it can hold up today aside from the graphics. If you somehow haven't played this game, do yourself a favor and play this. You won't regret it. This is hands down one of the best fighting / party games of this generation. Smash Ultimate is a celebration not just for Nintendo characters, but it's a celebration of video games in general. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate shouldn't even be a game that exists. With all the different collaborations, and with all the different third-party characters in there, having all these different video game characters in one game is mind-boggling, and is really a testament to how extraordinary this game really is. It has simple control schemes so that anyone can play and have fun, but you can also further master the controls and be really competitive at it. The single player is enjoyable, and the amount of content in this game is well worth the purchase price. In addition, it is also still getting DLC, which includes new fighters, stages, and music to play with. If you haven't picked this up yet, I suggest you get this as soon as possible if you have any interest in video games. This is it, Chief. This is the best game of the decade. Hands down, Breath of the Wild is a game changer for the open world genre. It brings so many new ideas and physics-based elements to the table. In my opinion, it's the best open world game. The world itself is a character, with so many little secrets to discover throughout your journey. The world is full of life and wonder. Not to mention that puzzles are everywhere around Hyrule with the introduction of Korok seeds. And the new shrines that act as a mini dungeon, oof, so good. These shrines are scattered throughout the entire land, each with their own set of puzzles that you can solve however you like, with of course having 4 traditional dungeons that are larger in scope. You start with nothing and then slowly progress your way up. In combat, you have a ton of ways to deal with your enemies, with each type of weapon in your arsenal giving you more options than ever before. Likewise, there are different outfits and armors you can wear to help you out in every scenario. Whether you want to be a sneaky ninja or just go swords blazing. There's even cooking that can improve your stats and potions that will increase hearts or stamina that you have. With so much to do and so much to see in this world, there is no reason you shouldn't play this game if you haven't already. The experiences you will have in this game are truly unique, and the discoveries you will have are the reason to play this masterpiece. Thank you for watching. This has been a great decade for video games, but 2020 looks like the start of a fantastic decade to come for more great games. In fact, if you're interested, I got a list of some of the upcoming 2020 games that you should keep your eyes on. I'll put the link in the description below. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel if you liked some of this content. Also, let me know down in the comments below what your favorite video games were in the last decade. But anyways, thank you for watching. Have a happy new year, and I'll see y'all next time.